Good morning, all. We convened today, Tuesday, July 8, 2025, for our Public Health and Safety meeting. And on our agenda, I'll start with roll call. Leota,
I am here.
Kelly,
I'm here too.
and I'm here. So we dispense with roll call. And on our agenda, I see, can I get an approval for our
Move to approve the Public Health and Safety Committee meeting minutes from June 10th, 2025.
I'll
Okay.
second.
Okay, look like a second and moved. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's good to go. So we are on our fourth agenda, which is the interlocal agreement with the Tumwater School District for the School Resource Officers Program, Police Department. We'll be giving that presentation. Chief, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, council members. This is the updated contract between the City of Tumwater and the Tumwater School District. Just a reminder, the Tumwater SRO program has been a joint partnership with the school district for almost 15 years now. And in 2017, at the request of the school district, we added a second SRO to this program, and the second SRO is funded by the school district. So one of the SROs is funded by the Tumwater Police Department. The second SRO is funded by the school district for salary and wages, benefits. Excuse me, I got a little thing in my throat. Sorry about that. So this is the updated contract, and we're asking for your consideration to move this to full city council for consideration. I guess I've used consideration twice now. This is the same contract as you saw 3 years ago, with the main change. The only changes are in the updated wage and benefits for the position.
Peter, I'm you, but I'm assuming that you're saying, go ahead, Leota.
Yes, that's what I said. Thank you.
I'm getting really good at reading lips this year. Hi, Chief. So looking at the contract, I'm on page 1 of 8, where it says the SROs will provide a uniform presence, right? And it goes about SROs will patrol their assigned schools and surrounding areas in order to identify and investigate, enforce, deter, and prevent crime. And then it specifically lists incidents involving weapons, youth violence, harassment, gang involvement, drugs, and other similar activities. Is there a way to modify this contract to add reporting requirements that data will be tracked? I know that like lieutenant detective, I mess it up every time, Kolb, gets data monthly. Where's that data coming from? How are you tracking all of this? I guess that's what I'm asking, Chief.
So the schools are required to compile specific data sets by RCW. And so that's governed on their end. We track our data, for case reports and that kind of a thing. I don't know what specific language you would be asking for.
I would like reporting requirements included into this contract, whatever the school district, whatever the RCW you were referencing, and what police will do. I would like reporting requirements added.
So you want us to just note the RCW that requires that?
Yeah, and that will be provided to council. Just something so that the school district that's in the contract, that they are tracking those elements listed in that contract, and you are tracking, and is provided to council.
Okay. If you could provide me with the language you're looking for, I would appreciate it. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything, because I just want to make sure that I'm referencing it appropriately. So if we reference the RCW and the RCW's required elements, is that enough? And you want that to be reported to council?
Yes, I'll do an email between you and Karen to get that specific RCW, and then do some generic labels to show that those incidents are being tracked and being submitted to the city. However, general, but just to show, because I still haven't seen data. and I've been talking about this for 7 years. I've still never seen a table, never seen a list, never seen the incidents, right? Really to track the work that SRO is doing. What's the baseline of, I know that in the police report, the strategic plan, there is an option to expand the SRO program, right? So for council to be the ambassadors to the community of the benefit that school resource officers are offering, I need to show like what they're doing. So in this contract, can we do reporting requirements to help council be better informed, to better inform our community of the need and the requirements of police presence in schools? That's what I'm looking at. So I'll just do an email with you and Karen and Lisa to draft something for it to come back to public health and safety to review.
Okay.
Thank you, Chief.
Kelly?
Thank you, Chair. Also kind of along the same lines of Councilwoman Dahlhoff, I'm looking at the assignment and the language about it, and I'm just wondering, I'm thinking about the students, right? I understand about decreasing crime and all of that, but I'm not seeing anything, and maybe I haven't scrubbed this close enough, about improved like benefits to the students that are outcomes of having the SROs there, improved attendance, fewer referrals, arrests, decreased suspension rates. I'm just looking back to my time as a parent to a child with some behavioral issues, and I would have really liked that relationship with the SROs to be about how can we make this child successful, in addition to looking at how to reduce crime in the schools, because that's also important.
Okay, so I mean, again, I'm not sure where that would be in the contract. It's more of an operational piece. But, within the contract, it says the SROs will provide a uniform presence to promote safety and create a positive school climate and build positive relationships with students. I don't know, how much metrics we would have on decreasing absenteeism or suspension rates, beyond. And I'm not sure where that would fit in the contract. I'm not a contract specialist. That's more of an operational policy piece. And that's the basis of our entire program is to, we don't participate in discipline. Our goal is to get kids across the stage at St. Martin's or wherever they graduate at the end of their high school careers.
Right.
But
Right. And I see it as that way too. Like I see like the SROs in my opinion are like the shining stars of the department, right? Like they are interacting with our youth day in and day out, and so they really do have an influence on what their school, especially the high school students, what their school day looks like. It can either, it's a tough time in developmental years, and having that positive role model there, not only to deter crime, but also to, if you see, I think if you see something, say something, this kid's having an issue, how can I, as a SRO, I see this kid day in and day out, be a positive influence? Like, I'm just wondering, like, what information have we stored since 2016 when we've had 2 SROs instead of it used to be just one between the 2 schools? Like, how have we shown that this is really, and I'm sure it has, but like, what are the metrics that we have showing that this has made a difference to Tumwater students, I guess is what I was kind of looking for.
Okay, and that's a presentation that we can absolutely work on. I don't know that belongs in a contract, but I will absolutely research that.
So Chair Agabi, I'm in support of the SRO contract. I just would like an amendment regarding reporting requirements of the school district and the police, which should be a really simple, just generic in the roles and responsibilities section. I've already sent an email to the chief and acting deputy chief, Lisa Kelly, chair, BCC'd Kelly and Karen, to just do that. So I'm in support. I just like an additional addition, if that makes any sense.
I'm also in support. I guess if we're both in support and look like Kelly is learning that ways, and there's going to be a revised language added to the contract, does that mean then that we postpone the vote today and then
Yes,
wait for the action to come back for next
yes.
meeting?
And when
Okay.
it does come back, I'd like it to go for council consideration so that the police can showcase and highlight the great work that they're doing in the school district,
Okay.
for accountability and transparency with our community, instead of just putting it on consent, because they're doing some really great stuff in the current climate. I think it's really important to showcase how well our police officers are doing and how they're connecting in our community.
So now let me break down what I hear you say, because for others listening to this, they might not understand what you just said. What you said, if I understand correctly, is that once we take our action on the calendar, then we now send it to the full council for their for them to consider. Okay, so I think I'm
Right.
right. So
Instead of just putting it on consent, I would like
yeah,
the police to be able to have some time to showcase the work that they're doing
okay,
before we vote in favor.
okay, I think I understand you now. Thank you.
Thank
So
you, Chair.
having thank you. So having said it, Chief, I don't. Do you any more stuff to add to the interlocal agreement since we are tabling that for now?
Yes, sir. I feel like I have the direction that we need.
Okay, I think that was the only uh, item, and then we have the additional item. For the additional item, I'd like to jump on that right away since I have both you and the deputy chief in person. Or looking at my camera, I see the two of you smiling. Must be a very good day, sir. So, and you know, my pet peeve is the community policing program, and I always go to that because currently Tonawanda PD is doing an excellent job showcasing what they're doing and working with the community. So we don't have to hide what we're doing. We need to toot our own horn. For example, when we came to our strategic uh, conference last 2 Saturdays, right? And we went to the library opening. Our PD were there handing badges and material to the kids. That's very good PR. Stuff like that should be part of our community policing program. So we know we're doing it, we're just not teaching our own on. So I don't know what the logistic will look like, how you put that together, but please consider this as the thing that help you to help all of us out because you're already doing it. It's not like you're not doing it.
It's so you're talking about a greater social media presence, greater storytelling within our community. It's something that we're absolutely pressing forward on.
Correct.
A lot of that comes with to do it well. It comes with staff time, and staff expertise, and we're trying to work on that currently. And some of that's on our operations side of the house, and Deputy Chief Keelis is working with his team on capturing those moments. We had at the 4th of July festival, all of our officers were given the materials to hand out and the directive to make contact and have positive engagements. And we tried to capture some of those as best as we could, but it's something that we're absolutely working towards and trying to make improvements on.
Thank you for bringing that up. See, for that event, you would have announced that and have at least somebody taking picture to put that on our website to say this is what our PDs are doing, which makes us look it builds relationship. I mean, that's what I'm getting at.
We fully agree with you, and we're trying to find and build capacity to do a better job at it. We recognize that we've been deficient in it in the past, and that it's telling our story is really important to that community policing concept, but also just building up our confidence within our community of making contact with police officers and having those positive engagements.
And
Thank you.
Chief, if I may, We are now starting to have our communication specialist attend events just for that reason, Councilmember Agabi. So the 4th of July, for instance, we did have 2 people out there who were taking pictures and posting to Facebook and Instagram while we were out there. So we are trying to increase that capacity as well.
Thank you very much.
And Councilmember Agabi, I just wanted to add and support both Chief Mason and Laura in saying that our communications team is working collaboratively across the different departments and specifically with Tumwater PD to try and make sure that we're doing just that. We are doing great work in this community. Our police department, as we're seeing from a lot of our survey work, has a great reputation, and you're right. It is sometimes too easy to be complacent in that position. And it's really important to make sure that we're continuing to, as you say, toot our own horn, but also then, really by doing that, we're staying connected with the community as well. So we're fully supportive. Our communications team is working proactively with all of our departments, including Tumwater PD. And I'm really actually quite pleased with the way our communications are working at the city right now, where we've got a really good collaborative environment with the people within each department who are doing communications and the communications team that is there to support them and prop them up and assist where we can.
Carlos,
Thank you very much, Nathan.
Carlos, do you want to add anything?
Kelly, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, everything that you said, Peter, I think that something that might be helpful is maybe the comms team working with council members and say, hey, we're posting, can you share that on your pages? Because the trick to social media is to get bigger followings, and so I think we can all take steps to help that along in our own capacities. And I love that the comms team was there. I didn't see them, but I love that they were there because it's all hands on deck for these amazing events that we show. And I did want to give a shout out, Chief, like Leetta and I got to spend a lot of time with members of the department on Friday, and it was great to see the interaction with the community. And it's such a big event, and their presence is not just about community, but it's also a reminder to anybody who might be thinking I might want to pull something that's probably not a good idea, because they were everywhere. But and to talk to them and learn that their biggest issue on the 4th of July with all of those people from all over the county, from all over, is lost kids, right? Like we don't have drunken fights. We don't have issues with, it's lost kids, which happens at every big event. A kid turns around and mom's like 2 feet away, but they can't see them because there's so many people. So like big props to all of you. And then I had a different topic. So you can either come back to me, Peter, or I can just continue on into that.
No, continue, please. We're in additional items.
Another kudos is I noticed there's a property that I drive by all the time that's been a bit of an eyesore, and although there's still lots of work to do, you can tell that code enforcement has been working with this property, and you can really see that work has been done and there's improvements that have been made. And so I was just wondering, do we have a little update, or can we have an update on how that's all going? And I think there was an email about another property where concerns were brought up. So I'm just wondering, the one that I drive by, I see a noticeable difference, but I'm just wondering how we're doing when it comes to properties and the code enforcement side.
Are you talking about the one on Rural Road that's
Yeah.
improving, and then the one that is not improving is adjacent to a manufactured home park?
Yes.
I can provide updates, specific updates in the next public health and safety meeting if you'd like. I'm not, what you're telling me about Rural Road or the address on Rural Road is positive. I I'm not specifically aware of what's going on directly with that. And no, we have many open code enforcement cases. I'd be happy to provide you an update in the next public health and safety meeting.
That'd be great. I mean, I can see a difference. There's more work to do, but I can definitely see where something's happened.
Yeah, and along the lines of that, thank you, Kelly, for bringing that up, and thank you, Chief, for that update the next meeting. I'm wondering in the interim as well, if someone can get back to the resident in that manufactured home park that has emailed regarding the adjacent property. If someone can just get back to them before the next meeting, that would be great to let them know. Because I talked to them on Sunday and they hadn't gotten a response back. And I'm always timing, like when I say something and Lisa shows up on camera and unmutes.
Yes, we are working on a response to that, to your email, council member, and I believe it's going to go out this morning.
You're a rock star. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Well, I think, do we have any more item for today? You mean we're done? I just warming up. Well, Chief and Chief Mason and Deputy Chief Killers, thank you very, very much for indulging us this morning, and keep up the good work. And the two of you still owe me coffee, so I'll leave it at that. So for the rest of you, I will see you tonight at our regular work session. You guys have a good day. Bye-bye.